Daybreakers.
Morning. Good morning.
The title of my speech likely has you thinking about Christmas. That's not a bad idea given it's the middle of summer in Houston. Instead, my speech focuses on the three joys of my life: my husband, my horse, and my work. By sharing these three things with you, I hope you'll learn a little more about me. First, my husband, Edward Payton Stewart. We met in 1988 when I was a senior in college and he had just begun work for Stewart & Stevenson. My girlfriend and I used to come to Houston seeking other opportunities besides those provided at the University of Sam Houston in Huntsville. Yes, that means my husband and I met at a bar. Amazingly enough, we were interested enough to pursue dating. We dated on, off, and on for 6 years before he finally popped the question. That 6 years served us well, as 6 months after we were married, we relocated to Tokyo, Japan. That's another story in itself, as we struggled to adapt. And Ed found himself promising me a horse upon our return to the States if I would just stick it out with him. Well, stick it out we did, and we had a great time with 3 years in Japan and 1 year in Hong Kong. Upon our return to the States, we resumed a somewhat normal life with a deeper appreciation for the privilege of living in the States. Yet something was missing for me: a horse. My sister and I had grown up in East Texas in a small town called Elkhart. Across the pasture lived my grandparents, and my grandfather taught us all about riding and caring for horses. We spent every available moment in the piney forests and in the rolling pastures on long trail rides. My grandfather was always bringing home a new horse that needed plenty of saddle time, and we were more than happy to oblige. My challenge as an adult living in the heart of the Galleria was how to recreate that joy of riding. I believe a horse should be a horse and have a place to roam, and my backyard is far from spacious. Plus, I think the neighbors would object. So I decided to start riding at a local stable, learning the English seat. At least one day of the week, I could smell like a horse. One day became two, and I soon found myself seeking more challenge in the saddle. My sister suggested the sport of dressage. Dressage is a French term. It means to train. Think of it as ballet with a horse. I took one lesson with a certified instructor, and I was hooked. And the great thing was I could lease a horse. There was no need to buy. So I was not subjected to the expense and time of owning a horse. Well, that lasted about 6 months, and I soon began to seek out my own partner. In August of 2007, Yusachi, a 9-year-old Dutch warmblood, joined our family. Ooh, I got emotional. He's pretty special. We now compete in local competitions, which require us to train 5 to 6 days a week. No, Rolex nor the Olympic team is going to come calling, but we train like they could. And I smell like horse most days of the week. Finding a hobby I was so passionate about led me to challenge the joy in my career. For 17 years, I've been a financial advisor, and that included our time overseas. I'd done much, accomplished much, but I was feeling a frustration and dissatisfaction, and a wonder at how I could continue doing the same thing for another 20 years. In 2008, I began working with a coach. I sought guidance because I didn't think I could ask myself the tough questions or push myself outside my comfort zone. Less than a year working with my coach, and I knew I wanted to of their potential get locked away, buried by life, not celebrating the joys of life. What greater thing could I do than to help people uncover that passion, to act on it, and to grow greater? In April of this year, I founded Excellus Partners to do just that. The three joys of my life bring me far more. Ed introduced me to life beyond the States, and his love and support have supported me both personally and professionally. Usachi teaches me patience and persistence, and he's a willing partner as we dance our way up the levels of dressage. My professional life has allowed me to help others, and now provides me the opportunity to help others grow and achieve beyond their wildest dreams. What could be more joyous than that?